Just me for now. First stream on this channel. It's kind of like a test. I've streamed before, but not on this channel before, so that's gonna be interesting, I'm sure. I'm just talking to myself, I guess. But it feels awkward to just sit in like silence, even if there's no one in here. Because imagine someone comes in here and I'm just like not saying any fucking thing. I'm just being totally quiet. Probably would just keep going by, right? Like, I imagine I would, at least, because it would just be awkward. So yeah, the next time I do this, I should probably like post about it so that way my subscribers can know ahead of time. But yeah, this is just like a test stream, chill stream. Got my computer here, so I'm probably gonna be doing some other side work at the same time while I do this. So yeah. Guess I'll just have to wait and see if anyone actually shows up in here or not. I got about 30 minutes to spare, so it's 7 exactly right now. So at 7:30 I'm probably gonna have to head out, but until then at least. I knew I had something planned for when I got on here on my computer, but now I can't remember, so that's awesome. I was kind of hoping that one of you would be in here to talk to me and distract me, because I like getting distracted from my work, but I guess that's not going to happen. That means I actually have to focus. Yeah, I've thought about doing more of these streams, most definitely. I've always been conflicted on what time to do them at. I feel like I can never think of a good time. I feel like some days are good for some people and then not for others, so it's one of those things where you can't please everybody, you know? Some people are going to be left out inevitably no matter what you do, unfortunately. But I guess that's kind of the nice thing about them being recorded. So there's that. My dog. She's hypersensitive to everything. I think there's people moving in next door, and she doesn't like that. Every time they close their door, or, you know, something happens with the moving truck, and she's barking. I love dogs, but at the same time, oh my goodness. The amount of just sound that they make. Like right now. She's barking at someone across the street. I love her little barks. She's so funny. She won't do like a full-on bark. So she'll just do those little like quiet kind of barks. Like she doesn't want to be rude about it, but she wants to let you know someone's there. I don't know. I guess I'm thankful that she's not overly talkative. Like, I've had dogs like that too, where they are so barky at everything, and you can tell them to be quiet and they don't listen. Like, but at least with her, she actually, hi! Hi, Indra! You're the first person that said hi to me. Oh, hush. Yeah, this is my first stream on this channel, and you're my first comment, so yay! I'm just kind of trying to think about things to talk about, so if any of you have any questions or you want to talk about anything, I mentioned it earlier on in the stream. I don't think anyone was here, though. I'm going to be here till 7:30, and it's like 7:03 for me, so I got like almost a half hour, basically, until I gotta head out. Might have to head out a little earlier than that, but ideally not. But yeah, I've been thinking of doing streams like these for a while. I just never know a good time to do it, like I was saying earlier. And also thinking of topics sometimes. I feel like I overthink it. Like usually I can think of stuff to talk about and say if I just do it. Instead of overthinking it and worrying about what you're going to talk about. I feel like that's what a lot of people do with stuff, is overthink it or You know, you have anxiety about it, so you think it over and over and over again in your head, and it's like, it's not helping. Maybe the first few times it's good to think about something thoroughly, but after like the third time thinking it over in your head, probably a good idea to go for it. At least that's what I've learned so far. That's a weird one. No, I definitely don't. I don't think I want to talk about conspiracy theories. That's not really my forte. And I say if you do, you probably want to talk about that with like a therapist or something. I don't know. Yeah, I'm excited. It's it's kind of weird. My weekend starts today, which is like Monday. It's funny. It's most people's days where their week starts, and for me, it was my last day of the week. So I'm thankful for that. Doesn't really mean I have any fun plans, though. I guess that's kind of the boring thing about having like a Tuesday and a Wednesday as your free time. There's not really much to do those times, you know? But yeah, I was thinking of doing. Okay, I'm gonna block you because you're being weird. I'm not interested in that. Yeah, there you go. Sorry, but if you have like hateful conspiracy theories about groups of people, I'm not interested. I'm not for that. I'm not for hateful ideologies or conspiracy theories of any kind. So, sorry about that. But yeah, no. I accept all people and I don't just buy into any random conspiracy theory that I see online. I like to critically examine things and I like to research them because I know it might not look like it, but I actually used to be a college student and I went through like how to properly cite my sources and research things before I formulate opinions. So I'm not just going to read some crazy comment about I'm not even going to say it in all honesty. I'm not going to validate it by repeating it. But if you were in here to see that dude's comments, I apologize because that was hateful and gross, and you should not have had to see that. I'm sure that will continue to happen. That is actually one thing I need in here is moderators if I plan on continuing to do this. That would be awesome. Because obviously I don't mind taking care of it myself, but at the same time, I know I'm kind of an airhead and I like focus on different things or I'll just be off talking about something and I'd like to have someone who's able to, you know, deal with weird people like that who feel the need to spout hateful opinions for no good reason. Unfortunately, that's a very common thing online. It's kind of cowardly to me because it seems like if you wanted to be such a hateful person and spout such hateful opinions, why not do that in your real life as well? Why are you such a coward that you can only do it online in a chat? Like, that just comes off as spineless to me. I don't know. Like, personally, if I believe something in something, I'm willing to defend it. And I'm not just going to be a coward and talk about it in a, you know, like that dude was doing in here just a few seconds ago. It just kind of proves to me that you don't really have the mental ability to defend your argument. Because if you did, you wouldn't feel the need to hide behind a screen like that. You'd actually use your real name and your real face, and you would talk about it in real life. But because you know that most people would shoot you down and say, you're a weirdo, why are you talking about Jew conspiracies as if it's a real thing? Like, you know, people would not accept that in real life, and that's why you don't talk about it in real life. Okay, moving on. I don't know what else to move on to, but moving on from that, because Jesus. I don't know why people are like that. I guess I'd have to be like them to understand. And I'm not like them, so I don't really understand. I guess I'm thankful for that I don't understand the mindset of that kind of person. Like, yeah, I like to understand people and to be empathetic to them, but at the same time, like, I'm kind of thankful I don't understand your thought process because I feel like I would have to have a screw loose in my brain to understand the thought process the same way. and I'm thankful that I don't. So there's that. So yeah, please don't let yourself fall victim to random online conspiracy theories. Please actually research and look into things. Don't buy into hateful ideologies easily. Like, you usually, somebody that's trying to use a group of people as a scapegoat, they have a reason behind that. And it's usually malice and hate. It's usually just like pure racism because they don't like that group of people. Like, at least that's my opinion on it. I don't know. If any of you have different opinions on it, feel free to let me know. But yeah, I was kind of expecting this to be slow. I knew it was going to be pretty slow because this is the first stream that I've done on this channel. I've streamed before, like years ago, but not on this channel. So I knew it was going to be pretty slow. I think next time I'm going to make sure that I actually send out a announcement to my subscribers. That way they know ahead of time. Because again, kind of like a semi-test stream, I didn't really want to make an announcement for this because I don't feel like it's anything big or really even that interesting. I'm just sitting here and rambling to myself while I look at my computer. Like, eh. But it's at least nice to know how YouTube streaming works because I'm not super familiar with it for next time when I do decide to do it. I was thinking of doing like a Q&A, but maybe like a live Q&A. I feel like that would be interesting. I feel like that would definitely be fun. Or even like, never mind. I had an idea and I'm not saying it because I need to think that over more. Caught myself. See, I have a filter. It just doesn't engage all the time when it needs to. That's all. Oh wow, it's already 7:10. Time flies when you're talking to yourself, I must say. I'm pretty good at it. But yeah, I should have come out with an actual video today. I just didn't really have anything in mind to talk about. And so that's kind of why I'm streaming instead, because I figured, well, you know, this is something. And yeah, I want to do some funner streams. I was even thinking of doing some mobile streams where I could like, because I like to take my dog on walks. I have this overactive boxer and she's a little psycho and I have to take her on walks almost every day. Because if I don't, she punishes me for it, basically. She'll get, like, zoomies around the house. She'll, like, jump over the couch. And I don't mean on top of the couch. I mean, she will use it like an obstacle course and jump over the couch. Like a little acrobatic or something. Like, so I usually try to take her on walks. I feel like it'd be fun to do walk streams where I'm, like, walking her and streaming at the same time. I was thinking of doing it today, but it's so hot where I live right now. Okay, some of you are probably going to tell me that I'm a wuss when I say this, but it was 93 here today. And that's hot for me. I live in Northern Oregon. Oregon doesn't get, like, well, Northern Oregon at least, like near Portland, doesn't get that hot. So it being 93 is kind of cooking us up here. Like, a lot of us are not used to that extreme heat. So that was fun. At least it's windy. I guess I'm trying to be positive about that. At least it's windy. Although, low-key, I do want to complain about that too, because my hair is super long, and when it's windy like it is today, it's not like graceful and in the movies when you see people's hair blowing in the breeze. It's just like in my face and I can't see anything and I'm getting frustrated. Like, it's not nearly as photogenic as movies would make it out to be, I swear. I should be getting ready to make dinner. I'm just lazy. Do you ever have something and you know you need to start doing it and you just keep putting it off? I feel like everyone does. I feel like that's an obvious question. Pretty much everyone does. That's me right now with dinner. I'll get to it eventually. My stomach will make me. I'll eventually feel hungry enough and I'll get up and go do it. 7:13, so probably around 7:30, like 15 more minutes, and I'll probably head out and make dinner. I'm trying to remember what I was supposed to be doing on here. I really can't, though. Oh well. I'm excited. I get to get new nails tomorrow. I'm just like rambling about my nails because I don't know what else to talk about. If anyone has any questions, feel free to let me know in the comments for sure. But yeah, I don't really have too much to do tomorrow. I might stream again tomorrow, and I will probably make a post about it this time because I have tomorrow off, and that would be fun. Probably like an evening stream or maybe a morning. No, I'm busy in the morning. Evening stream. There you go. But yeah, I don't know, the rules that are getting updated pertaining to streaming is kind of sad too, because I understand why YouTube is doing it, right? Like, it's meant to be like a safety feature to make sure that people that are under the age of 16 aren't getting taken advantage of while they're streaming. But at the same time, it almost kind of feels like victim blaming, like we're not gonna make the streaming safer for the younger person. We're just gonna ban them from doing it. Like, again, it makes sense. I get it. It's for safety. But at the same time, it's like, shouldn't we be trying to make streaming safer instead of just banning people because it's not safe, like banning potential victims because it's not safe? It seems kind of problematic to me, but whatever. Like, I mean, realistically, I don't feel like it's like, I feel like I kind of agree with it at the end of the day. Because again, I mean, I've been streaming for 16 minutes. This is the first time I've ever streamed on this channel, and immediately, like, the second person that talked to me was a very weird person trying to push a really hateful conspiracy theory. And it's like, I'm an adult, so I know how to handle that. If I was like 12 years old and I got some weird adult in here talking about hateful conspiracy theories, I might not know how to respond to that. Like, but again, I think the problem is not the younger person streaming, it's the person with the hateful ideology that's being weird. Like, that person should be banned. But I guess not. I guess that's not how YouTube wants that to work. I don't know. It's pretty frustrating, honestly. Like, but it's always been like that, is the thing. Like, streaming like this has always been a really sketchy thing, even when I was a teenager. When I was a teenager, the big thing, this is going to make me sound old, YouNow. Most of you probably don't even know what that is. YouNow. It used to be huge when I was a teenager. I mean, like, all the big YouTubers would stream on there. I mean, even like Dan and Phil, you know, if any of you watch Dan and Phil, they used to stream on YouNow on a regular basis. I'm pretty sure they had their own channel on YouNow. YouNow was kind of interesting. It was purely just a live streaming platform, right? But YouNow had channels that were dedicated to certain YouTubers. Like, I remember one specifically, it was DFizzy, Damon Fizzy, the YouTuber. Doesn't really do YouTube videos anymore. But he was really big back in the day, and he had his own channel. And like Matt G124 was another big YouTuber. He had his own channel. It was kind of an interesting way that streaming platform worked. Because like, those YouTubers, right, they would go to stream on there usually once a week is what they would do. Sometimes more than that. But it was cool because you could line up directly after them. So, like, it would be them, you could see it at the bottom of the screen. There would be them, and then there'd be a bunch of, like, fans, basically. And whenever your favorite YouTuber was done streaming, you got all their fans. Like, obviously, a lot of people would leave really quickly. You wouldn't keep everybody, but if you made sure to be quick and be interesting and try to get yourself out there, you could get, like, a lot of people watching you pretty quickly. It was pretty cool. It was a really interesting way that the platform worked, and it's sad because I can't really think of anything like that. Not really anything that gives you that immediate opportunity of being able to stream on the same channel that this huge YouTuber is, and hey, now all their fans are going straight to you. Like, that's not really a thing maybe it is. Watch, one of you is going to tell me that there's some live streaming platform out there that still does that, but not to my knowledge, at least. Good old days. That makes me sound really old too, I swear it does. But yeah, I don't know, it was fun times. YouTube live streaming is definitely interesting. I feel like it's a lot more hectic on YouTube. Like, you get some crazy, if you just do the scrolling method and you're just looking through the different lives, you can get people from every walk of life doing anything, things you wouldn't even imagine them doing. Like, it's definitely a good way to waste your time, and I've definitely done it too many times. Because, like, and sometimes it will be something that I feel like I shouldn't even be paying attention to. I'm so nosy. I'll literally be scrolling through the streams, and someone will just be sitting there, like, in the middle of a conversation, clearly talking about something very personal, like some interpersonal drama in their community. And I'm just, like, sitting there, like, oh, who's Sarah? Why did Sarah do that? What's going on? Like, I don't know any of these people. I have no clue what the situation is, but for whatever reason, I'm invested because I just can't help myself when it comes to drama, I guess. I guess that's a lot of people, though. To be fair, I guess that's kind of why, like, live. What's the word? Why is it blanking from my head? I hate when that happens. When I'm trying to say a word and it just leaves my head. What's the word? Reality show. Ha. Reality shows are popular for that very reason, right? Because everybody is obsessed with drama. Even if you are not invested in the people at all, you have no good reason to be. The situation has nothing to do with you. For whatever reason, it's the most interesting thing on planet Earth. I don't know what it is with our brains that do that. I feel like it's almost because you can worry about someone else's drama instead of worrying about your own life, right? Like, it can make you feel better being like, oh God, that girl's life is a mess. At least I'm not that person. Like, it seems mean, but I swear it's true. It distracts you from your own problems. Which I guess isn't inherently a bad thing, right? Distractions aren't always bad. Sometimes it's a good thing to get distracted because if you're focusing on something that's negative or making you unhappy, probably better, right? Yeah, I don't really know where else I was bringing that. I think that came to its logical conclusion. But yeah, I definitely feel like it'd be fun to start doing these on a weekly basis. Maybe, perhaps. I'll have to think about it more. I'm going to be doing a few more of these, and if I manage to get like a more. I think if I actually post ahead of time, it'll allow people to like plan to come in here, and then I can actually have more of like an active comment section going. Because my brain is just kind of like ping ponging off random thoughts I have, and it'd be fun if it could ping pong off like thoughts y'all have as well. You know? Give me like random things to talk about that isn't that one person talking about weird conspiracy theories. Yeah, that's a good plan. That would definitely be fun. I don't know, I've always wished that more Alter Humans just did like chill content like this. I feel like there's definitely a lack of a coherent community in the Alter Human space. I just feel like I don't know, like I wish that could change. I wish that we could all chill more and like make more relaxed, laid back content where we're just like a community, right? Instead of having constant arguments and oh boy, bickering all the time. I guess that's not ever going to happen though. That's expecting everyone to get along, and I know that's not realistic. So I guess I'm not going to ask for that. That's one thing you have to learn in life is to not ask for something when you know it's not going to happen. Like asking for beings to get along with each other and to not argue. Nah. You can try if you want. You can dream. That's a nice dream, but arguing and fighting and disagreeing, it seems like it's an inevitable part of existing, and I wish that it wasn't. I truly do wish that it wasn't. I'd like to think that it isn't, that it's like avoidable, but I don't think it is. I think it's inherently just a part of being alive. So that's fun. Right? Eesh. My bangs are a mess. Don't mind my weird. I kind of do my bangs crooked on purpose, but they're not crooked in a good way this time around. Does that make sense? I messed up on them. I can't wait for them to grow back in and for me to mess up on them again. Nice thing about bangs, though, at least with me, my hair usually grows pretty fast. So, like, this will be down to here in like 2 weeks and be in my face, causing me problems again. So, I'm gonna enjoy the time I have without it getting in my eyeballs. That's the thing with long hair. Everybody says they want long hair. It's like, homie, go get a wig first. I'm not even kidding. Go get like a cheap wig that's just long. And if you can wear that for a day without wanting to rip it off your head, you're good. But it gets in everything. It gets in food. Sometimes I'll just be like leaning over a counter and it will like on the end of the counter and then there's something in the ends of my hair and I don't know what it is. I hope it's just water. Probably food of some kind. Not fun. It also doesn't help the fact that I'm like allergic to hair ties. Not literally. There are some people who are actually allergic to elastic and stuff, so I guess I shouldn't use that term lightly. I'm not allergic, but I just highly dislike it. Let's put it that way. I really don't like the way that my hair feels when it's in a hair tie like this. Like it pulls on my head and it feels weird. And I can't stop thinking about it. It's so hard to focus on other stuff when I can just feel that the whole time. It drives me crazy, I swear. I feel like I've had you on the table the whole time. I'm gonna actually hold it for once. Yeah, this hasn't been too bad of a stream. I definitely feel like I've gotten people popping in and out a lot, which I definitely don't mind. Like, it's interesting to see stuff kind of fluctuate up and down, right? But yeah, 7:25. I guess I'll give it another few minutes. I'll see if anyone wants to come in and say hi to me. I definitely like getting to talk with people. It's always fun. Guess it's just kind of hard when they don't want to talk back, though. Right? But yeah, like I said, I'll probably be doing another one of these tomorrow. And I will make sure to put a post on my channel. I'll decide a time and I'll post it to my channel. Probably tomorrow morning, possibly later tonight. But yeah. Maybe I'll like pull up some, because it'd be kind of cool to do like 20 questions. Like maybe I could pull up like, you know, like a website with 20 questions, you know, the game on it. And I could just read out 20 questions. Oh, hey, Sarah. See, this, I was just mentioning earlier how I need a moderator because I'm so bad at sometimes paying attention to the chat. I swear, I need someone to remind me, like, hey, chat over down there. Because I just start talking to myself and then I forget to even look down at the chat. But hi, thank you for saying hi to me. This has been my first stream, so I've got 2 people to say hi to me. That's a win in my book, I would say. But yeah, I hope you're doing well. It's the beginning of my weekend, so I figured I'd start off with a happy little weekend stream, or at least kind of like a test/weekend stream. Sounds funny to say weekend when it's Monday, but it was my last day of the week, so I'm considering it my weekend. But yeah, no, I definitely have plans on doing these streams more. I think it'd be fun, like, to do, like, 20 questions, or thank you. Yeah, my hair, I just dyed it, I re-dyed it a few days ago. I like this color, but the hard thing with it is that it likes to fade really fast, like, really fast, and it likes to bleed on everything. Like, if I use a white towel, oof, you're gonna know, because it transfers right onto that. Like, I went on vacation a couple weeks back, and I went into a hot tub, and the water, if you don't know, hot water is really bad for colored hair, because it, like, strips that color out, basically. And yeah, that's what happened to my hair. I basically left some of the hot tub suds were pink after. It's like, well, I've left my mark there. People know I was there. But yeah, I like the pink. I've been thinking of doing really bright blue, which I feel like would be jarring for people because it's like the opposite of pink, basically. People at my work have started calling me pink, And I'm like starting to wonder, like, so if I dye my hair blue, does that mean that my new name is now Blue? Am I gonna get called Blue? I don't think I'd mind that, honestly. You can just call me whatever color my hair is. I'm totally fine with that. Honestly, that's better than a name, because that means that I can change my name whenever I want. I'll just change my hair color if I decide I don't like my name anymore. That works. Well, thank you for stopping in. I am probably gonna head out because it's been 30 minutes and I kind of was just wanting to do like a test since this was my first stream ever on this channel. I'm gonna be doing more though, so definitely stay tuned. I'm probably gonna start posting it on my community posts, so make sure you're subscribed if you're not. And yeah, I'll probably be doing another one tomorrow. I hope you all have a good night. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you to Sarah and thank you to Indra for saying hi. I really do appreciate you guys being active in the chat. Have a good night or morning or whatever time it is where you are. Have a good one.